Zalete, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate it. Or in August, French State Television brought on a representative from the Northern Separatist movement in Mali to speak live to an international audience. On screen, the interview was framed as simple news reporting, with the speaker claiming that their group had just released 82 Malian soldiers purely out of goodwill and humanitarian concern. But anyone paying attention can see the glaring contradictions in that story. In one sentence, he claimed the release was entirely their own independent decision. And in the very next sentence, he admits that outside parties and external actors forced and organized the entire process. You cannot claim you acted on your own will while simultaneously admitting that powerful foreign backers engineered the arrangement from behind the scenes. The timing tells you everything you need to know. That release happened on the exact same day that a foreign intelligence agent who had been detained in Bamako for trying to destabilize the country was released and sent back to Europe. That was not a coincidence. That was a direct trade negotiated at the highest levels. Foreign powers called down to their proxies on the ground and ordered them to hand over those prisoners so they could get their agent back home. The representative sitting in that Paris studio did not act out of mercy. He followed orders because he is nothing more than a puppet dependent on foreign sponsorship, equipment, and backing. What makes that situation even worse is how the foreign media operates. When sovereign governments defend their borders, these state-owned TV stations attack them. But when TT blow up infrastructure, target government officials, and terrorize innocent civilians, those same media outlets roll the red carpet, give them travel clearance, and let them sit in comfortable studios to look representable. They do not call them TT or destabilizers on air. They call them autonomous forces conducting combat operations. This is a deliberate language trick designed to legitimize TT and undermine sovereign African states.
Sur cette libération des 82 militaires, vous dites qu'il s'agit d'un geste strictement humanitaire. Expliquez-nous comment cette libération s'est-elle organisée concrètement, qui en a pris l'initiative?
Oui, 82 prisonniers de guerre, je précise bien prisonniers de guerre des forces armées maliennes, ont été libérés par le Front de libération de l'Azawad hier de façon unilatérale. L'objectif principal de cet acte est strictement humanitaire parce que quand vous regardez les statuts des personnes libérées, il s'agit de détenus de plus de 3 ans, 2023, arrêtés à Bourem, à Gao, près de Gao, à Tinzawaten et à Kidal. Parmi eux aussi des personnes malades, des blessés graves, mais aussi des personnes souffrant de maladies plus complexes.
Oui.
Donc, il y a une implication d'accompagnement extérieur, mais nous laissons à cette partie tierce l'honneur et le privilège de se déclarer.
Vous dites unilatéral, c'est une décision qui a été prise de votre côté. Ça veut dire qu'il n'y a pas de contrepartie, des contreparties pour vous?
Pour l'instant, nous n'avons pas de discussion directe sur des contreparties. Nous l'avons décidé unilatéralement. Et c'est uniquement moins d'un tiers de l'effectif des prisonniers de guerre que nous détenons aujourd'hui. Depuis 2023, ça fait 82 sur 200 membres des forces maliennes détenus comme prisonniers de guerre.
Donc ce sont des anciens prisonniers?
Des anciens, mais aussi de nouveaux, dans des cas spécifiques qui ont été choisis sur des critères de vulnérabilité, d'ancienneté, mais aussi des cas portant des cas de situations sanitaires complexes.
Donc vous nous garantissez que ce soir qu'il n'y a aucune contrepartie pour le FLA suite à ces
libérations? Pour nous, il n'y a pas de contrepartie en tant que telle. Nous laissons à d'autres tierces qui se mobilisent pas qu'aujourd'hui à vouloir trouver des canaux, n'est-ce pas, d'initiative dans l'autre sens, mais pour nous, il ne s'agit pas de négociations avec Bamako. C'est nous qui les avons remis aux forces maliennes de façon organisée sur le terrain. Nous avons les vidéos de cela. Et lorsque Bamako va persévérer dans sa dynamique de non-humilité, nous serons obligés de diffuser en détail ces informations sur la procédure.
Vous parlez de tiers, justement, on parle d'une médiation via Alger, et puis il y a cette autre information qu'on évoquait hier aussi sur TV5 Monde. Un agent français du renseignement a été libéré, tout ça semble concomitant avec la libération de ces 82 militaires maliens. Ni la France ni le Mali ne font de lien entre ces libérations, mais nous avons joint à Bamako un proche du pouvoir, un membre du CNT, qui lui fait clairement le lien entre ces libérations. De votre côté, je vous repose la question, avez-vous des informations sur ce sujet, sur les coulisses, sur un éventuel lien?
Au nom du FLA, je dément catégoriquement tout lien entre ces deux opérations de libération. Aucun lien. Par contre, si notre influence en tant qu'acteur imposant de la région a pu permettre à un citoyen français ou jamaïcain ou haïtien qui est innocent accusé à tort d'être libéré, tant mieux. Mais nous n'avons cette action n'a aucun lien avec quiconque d'autre. Il s'agit simplement pour nous d'une action unilatérale, souveraine, de libération des soldats détenus, n'est-ce pas, qui sont des prisonniers de guerre, non des otages. Parce que Bamako parle d'otages, il n'y a pas d'opération de libération, il y a simplement un geste humanitaire de libération pour démontrer notre bonne foi et dire que nous avons aussi, n'est-ce pas, la volonté de prouver que nous ne détenons pas les gens parce que nous avons envie de le faire, c'est parce qu'ils sont des soldats d'un acteur tierce qui nous attaque. Et voilà.
Ataï Ag Mohamed, tout simplement, pourquoi êtes-vous à Paris en ce moment? Est-ce que ça fait partie d'un processus diplomatique?
Je suis de passage à Paris. Je ne suis pas qu'à Paris, je suis en tournée depuis quelques jours et je continue. Oui, effectivement, nous parlons avec tous les acteurs internationaux, pas que Paris, mais ce n'est pas le but de ma mission.
When asked how he was able to travel all the way to Europe, the speaker simply claimed he was passing through on a diplomatic tour. But how does someone leading a TT group get travel permit, cross international borders, and land a prime-time interview on a state-funded network? It happens because those foreign governments are actively protecting, funding, and directing those network operatives on the ground. By giving these figures a global platform, foreign media networks are carrying out media warfare. They are trying to tell the world that sovereign African nations do not have control over their own territory, while secretly using these proxy groups as leverage to regain power in the region. The Alliance of Sahel States made it clear that foreign interference will no longer be tolerated, and this latest media spectacle proves exactly why that decision was necessary. And one time, Captain Ibrahim Traore made it very clear to us that each time these people want to do something or say something about Africa, they always use the black person, or especially when they want to conduct things like this, they use the black person. And you can see that it is a black journalist sitting on that television conducting this interview with this person that we know his background. So when our leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso tell the whole world that these are the people that are destabilizing them, you don't need to sit here and tell us that this is not true, because majority of us in Africa always make it look as if whatever that our leaders say, we need these same people who are giving their own platforms to these people to come on air to also tell the world their side of the story, to be the ones to give you credible source of information. That is one thing the African has not realized. How did this person all the way landed in Paris and on national TV granting interview? These are the same people that are making sure the lives of the people in Mali, in Niger, and Burkina Faso are heated. Nobody cares about you. Like sometimes when they come into the continent or the moment they meet with our leaders, the speeches they give about us in Africa, you see some of us who are still brainwashed, believing that whatever speech that they give shows how much they love us. If you, the African, do not love yourself, there is no other person that will come into the continent to love you. So we believe them, we move by what they say. But what they are doing underground is to gain control, whereby your resources that you will use to take care of yourself is given back to them. And who are the ones who are allowing themselves to be doing this dirty job on their behalf? Like one of the ex-officers said, theirs is to come here, train us, give us the instruction, and they don't participate. We do the work on their behalf, and it has always been the African who is rising against his or her own kind. And we always want to favor these same people that are making sure our lives, our generations' lives are unbearable. And that's why Captain Ibrahim Traore asks us, why do we love these people so much? And why is it that the African today will be the one that will continue to allow himself to be used? Like the person doing the interview. Each time they want to do something to the African, they use a black person because they believe that when you see your own kind saying something, it means it's true. And this has been a tool they have been using, a tactics on us for all this while. It was the same thing when they were talking about this veto power. It was a black American woman that they used to come and tell the world that if they should give Africans a veto power, it will make the council dysfunctional. But it doesn't make the council dysfunctional the moment Africans vote on issues pertaining to the people who are oppressing us. So we need to come to the realization that it is not our own that has a final say when it comes to us. We need to read in between the lines. They decided to release these people based on goodwill, but at the same time, you went ahead to tell us there were external actors. Who were the people? And this can never be a coincidence. How did these people all of a sudden decided to release somebody they claim was detained wrongfully? How? Will an African be ready to defend and protect the oppressor? So when Captain Ibrahim Traore asks you why you love your oppressor more than your own self, you should understand. And the time for us all as Africans to wake up is now. It is time. We have slept, we have allowed people to use us for all these years. And the time for us all in Africa to wake up is now. Enough is enough. How long will we continue to be doing this to our own selves? But we know no matter what the situation will be, we'll come out victorious. And that will only happen when we are united. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided before. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.